There's been a lot of talk in recent years about diversity in entertainment. Some people feel like diversity takes precedence over everything when it comes to making movies. And even more specifically when it comes to promoting movies. Movies are oftentimes pushed in the media as progressively diverse even before we know what the movie is about. This sometimes creates an instant disconnect between the movie and the general public, because a lot of people are turned off by the idea of identity politics infiltrating their entertainment. Not to mention, oftentimes when diversity is mentioned, it's used as a way to virtue signal, and it usually ends up coming off very disingenuous or even counterproductive. They use diversity like they are desperately seeking the approval of people who don't care about these movies to begin with, but there's at least one man in Hollywood who feels like diversity shouldn't be as mentioned as much as it is, and that man is the legendary actor Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is a man I already have the utmost respect for. Why? Because everything he's ever accomplished, he has done all on his own. And it was all based purely on his skills as an actor and not on the color of his skin. The very fact that Denzel is as universally loved as he is speaks volumes about his character. And it pretty much confirms what we all already know. That's that people do not see color when they're watching a well-acted, well-constructed movie. Most people, when they go to watch something, just want to see a good story being told. Case in point, Denzel is currently starring in The Tragedy of Macbeth. Under normal circumstances, race-swapping characters is typically met with resistance, because it's usually done just for the sake of forced diversity. But when Denzel does it, no one bats an eye. Why? Because he's a respected actor and we have confidence in his abilities that he can do the role justice. And we all know he wasn't just hired to fill some quota. He was hired because he is the best person for the job and he has a passion for the project. That's why Denzel is universally loved by people, because he is a consummate professional. He doesn't use his platform to lecture people about social injustices in the world. In fact, he usually avoids racial inequality talk and typically likes to stick to talking about movies. He's a spiritual man who has a very enlightened way of looking at life. For him to say, quote, "You know, in my humble opinion, we ought to be at a place where diversity shouldn't even be mentioned, like it's something special. The young kids, black, white, blue, green, or whatever, are talented and qualified, so that's why they are there." He's basically saying, let the work speak for itself, like his work speaks for itself. And if you constantly continue to bring up divisive topics like diversity, it actually does the art form a disservice. Entertainment has always been diverse, in my eyes. To me, when people say that it isn't, you're just trying to cause a problem where there isn't one. And that, in effect, is very divisive. I'd like for people to take the Denzel approach moving forward and stop mentioning diversity like it's something special. And just get back to telling good stories and use the best person for the job to accomplish that.
Y'all be cool. Right on.